What is going on, you guys? This is Justin back here with another video, and today we are going to be reviewing probably one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time, Iron Man. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, so guys, so today, like I said, we are going to be reviewing Iron Man. Now, on my old channel, I used to do the whole 5 out of 10 thing. This is not the case. I am just going to sit here and we are going to talk about why I like Iron Man. Now, this is probably in my top 5 movies of the MCU. I really like this movie a lot, especially revisiting it. And I haven't watched this movie in God knows how long. So, yeah, you could really tell how much stuff has changed in the MCU while watching this. But yeah, I like how it kind of starts out as not a superhero movie. It doesn't feel like a superhero movie. We start out with Tony Stark inside of the army cars, and you know they're taking pictures. And the one guy asks for a selfie, and he does a peace sign. And Tony's like, "No gang signs, no gang signs." And then obviously he's like, "Okay, I'm joking." And then I think he says, "I don't want to see that on your MySpace" or something like that. But yeah, this movie is really good. I like how it focuses on Tony, and a big part of this movie is legacy. Now, obviously, we follow him in the movie, and he is still working on the armed weapons for the military. And that was his father's legacy, and I believe he thought he had to carry that on. Well, obviously, we know he gets kidnapped by the Ten Rings, and him and Yinsen are in the cave, and obviously Yinsen passes, and he tells him, "Don't waste your life." And while Tony was there inside that cave, he's seen all the harm that was being done with his weapons that he made. So immediately when he gets back to the U.S., first thing is he wants a cheeseburger. That boy wants a cheeseburger, and I don't blame him. Because if you were gone, the first thing I would want is either cheeseburger or pizza. Let me know what you guys would want down in the comments below. Cheeseburger or pizza. But, yeah, obviously it is not the best decision, because not a lot of people like that he made that decision, especially his partner, Obadiah Stane. He will come later in the movie. Well, he's in it, but, you know, he eventually becomes the Ironmonger. But, yeah. So Tony does not want his legacy to be murder, because I believe one of the people tells him in Mandarin that Tony Stark is the biggest murderer, and it was an honor to meet him. So he's like, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like how I'm just killing people. You know, my stuff is killing these people, taking these families away. So I want to help. So he makes another weapon, but for himself. It's obviously the Iron Man suit. That's how he escaped the cave. And, you know, obviously a lot of people don't like that he got rid of the weapons. Now, obviously in the movie, we have other side characters. We have Pepper, we have Happy, and we have the one lady, the one reporter. I do not know her name. I'm not going to act like I do. Tony hooks up with her in the beginning, and we don't see her again until the end. But obviously, yeah, Tony, he makes the Iron Man suit. So he goes and he stops crime. He does. I forget where it was. I want to say Afghanistan, but I could be wrong. If I am wrong, correct me down in the comments. But he goes down in the Iron Man suit, and he takes down all the bad guys. And when he's coming back, he's in the air, and these 2 planes are next to him. And the army is inevitably going to shoot him down. So he calls Rhodey. And Rhodey's like, "Hey, Tony, is that what are you doing?" And he's like, "You know, he acts like he's driving. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm driving. I'm just leaving this place," and obviously the wind and everything. And then he goes, "Oh, this is my stop." And Rhodey asks Tony, "Is that you up there inside the Iron Man suit?" And Tony says no. So then he hangs up and he calls him back. He's like, okay, it's me, just stop. So eventually we get to the part where, and I know I'm just rambling here. When I get excited, I just talk. So I really hope you guys don't mind me jumping back and forth. I am sorry. But yeah. Eventually, we find out that Obadiah is working with the Ten Rings. We find out that he is the one that set the hit on Tony Stark. and he wanted them to take him out so that he could run Stark Industries. Now, what happens is Tony, he sends Pepper to his work because I forget what happened. I think Obadiah said that Tony was not fit to be CEO or something like that, so he's not allowed at the building. So Pepper goes onto his computer and she takes a lot of stuff off. This is where we find out that Obadiah was the one that put the hit on Tony. Now, obviously, Obadiah wants to figure out how Tony made the arc reactor, because he knows if he can make the arc reactor, he can make these suits as well. And that's where we get the infamous Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. And the scientist is like, okay, yeah, good, but I'm not Tony Stark. So eventually on from there, we learn Obadiah has been making the Ironmonger suit. And we eventually get the battle between Iron Man and the Ironmonger. And obviously, Iron Man wins. He actually outsmarts him. And we know earlier in the movie, Tony has a freezing problem with his Mark 1. So Obadiah was talking to him, and Tony was like, yeah, did you solve the freezing? So the freezing problem, and he freezes and he falls all the way down from basically space. But yeah. So in this movie, we also get introduced to Phil Coulson. You know, we know that he is the guy that recruits people for S.H.I.E.L.D. And he has been begging Tony. He's actually the one that gets Pepper out of the interaction with Obadiah. He's like, you know, Miss Potts, I thought we were going to have that interview. And he's like, oh, she's like, oh, yes, we're going to have it right now. So he's basically her way out. But, yeah, the ending of the movie is very good. I really like how they did it. How, I believe we get Nick Fury. No, we don't. We get Phil Coulson. He hands him some cards and he tells him to read the cards. And it's like his statement for where he was, his alibis, stuff like that. And instead of, you know, just making stuff up, because they were told that Iron Man is Tony Stark's bodyguard. And instead of just lying, he goes, you know what? We get the iconic I am Iron Man line. So, yeah. But, I know this was probably kind of strange hearing me ramble on, jump space to space. Not really good with this kind of stuff. But I figured I might as well do it because I started my Infinity Saga rewatch anyways. So I figured I would talk to you guys about it. And, yeah, I would love to know what you guys thought about Iron Man down in the comments below. I want to know how many of you agree with me. It was one of the best Marvel movies. I want to hear your takes on it. And, yeah, as always, you guys, stay groovy, stay safe, keep your people safe. Remember, God is good all the time. It has been Justin, and I'm out. Peace.